Man.
All the way live. Ain't no motherfucking jive.
Stop doing that dumbass shit, Dwannbrown.
Hey, yeah. We here. Let me see here. Let's see, y'all. Why don't you niggas join up in the chat room? We got people getting up in the chat room. I want to thank y'all for joining the chat room. I am here with my original co-host, the person that started this shit with me. Been doing podcasts and shows like this with me for a good long time now. Mr. Larry Goodwell. What up, dog?
What up, man? I'm so glad you didn't introduce me as one of your close personal friends because I was going to call you a liar.
Man, I'll beat your ass. I can never call you a co. How can you call someone a personal friend if you know you whoop their ass and they can't do a goddamn thing about it?
Y'all finna see somebody get their ass whooped on their own podcast.
Now, they have, hey, which brought up an interesting question the other day. We was talking. Have you ever seen or heard somebody get their ass knocked out in their own house?
The audacity to swing on somebody in their own house. You don't give a damn about a weapon or nothing, dog. You swing on somebody in their own house and down them. I have never heard of that happening to anybody. You?
Dog, I ain't ever had that one. Thank y'all, Mickey Knox in the chat room. Dakar Burgess, thank you for you love my work. I appreciate you for listening. Patrick Tyson, that's the perfect last name for this subject.
Damn Skippy.
Because I ain't never heard nobody get their ass whooped in their own house. Like, first of all, for somebody to swing on you in your own house, this is before the knockout party. If somebody swings on you in your own house, one of two things or two of two things. Either you did some extremely bitch ass shit, or you know an extremely bitch ass individual. Either way it goes, there's a strain of bitch assness inside you to get swung on in your own house.
And you ignored one thing. The level of disrespect somebody has to have for you, they don't give a shit if you have an AK-47, a 9mm slingshot, switchblade, billy club, none of that shit. They're like, you know what? Fuck all that.
Fuck all that.
He is weak enough for me to swing on him in his own house where he pays bills. You should have to give your crib up. You should get evicted if you get knocked out in your own spot, dog.
Now, we thought about this because I had a fight party this weekend. We had a good fight party. Craig came through, Kamira, Teddy Ray, Slink, a.k.a. Black Jesus. And we had a lot of fun in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I am Charlie Newhart from Craig Facts. He came through. We had a lot of funny motherfuckers here. And it was very respectful. You know, we had a good ass time. Mm-hmm. We all saw Tank get knocked out.
No, Tank.
Tank knock out Leo Santa Cruz. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it was cool seeing Charlie and my pops was, kicking it.
Shout out to Charlie, man.
Shout out to Charlie Newhart, man. Y'all go check out his channel. I am Charlie Newhart from Craig Facts. Go check his shit out.
Respectful ass.
Yeah, it was a respectful, fun, dope ass time.
It was, dog.
But it made me think. Somebody's hosting a fight party tonight, and they ass got knocked out like Leo Santa Cruz got knocked out by Tank Davis.
I'm gonna tell you what, it was probably behind a bet that the nigga who hosted the party didn't want to pay on the bet. He betted on what's the Mexican name?
Leo Santa Cruz.
He betted on Santa Cruz and lost, and got knocked out at his own spot over $30.
Hey, ladies, if you were the dude that get his ass knocked out in his own house, could you stay with that dude? I don't know any woman I know that would stay with a dude after he got knocked out in his own house.
Well, ladies, you shouldn't. That's a little bit of advice. You should not. You shouldn't stay with a dude who gets knocked out, period, because he can't protect you if he gets knocked out, especially at home.
You're right. Niggas ain't fearing if he wake up and pull out a shotgun. None of that.
No, I'm not finna get knocked out. If I do and you're around, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah, man. Shit, it's all kind of shit. I'm getting all kind of text messages from my apartment buildings. That's the thing, man. Look, if you stay in an apartment, understand this. You don't own that shit, all right? If you stay in an apartment anywhere in America, man, just follow the goddamn house rules. Because as a manager, I ain't got time for this shit.
Time or energy.
Time or energy. The motherfuckers be renting out of the goddamn spot. You got one parking stall, and you want to park your little ass, dusty ass 96 Camry in the middle of the driveway so can't none of the other 6 units get in their parking spot. If you that person from the bottom of my heart, fuck you. All right?
I mean, that's an easy fix for you. Why don't you just headbutt that bitch and get it out the way, you big motherfucker?
Hey, dog, if y'all wonder who this is, why it's so dark in here, Larry found this camera setting from his Al Qaeda videos. He used to film Osama bin Laden back in the day.
Fuck Dwann.
This nigga Larry used to drop mixtapes with people from Al Qaeda back in 2003, and he didn't want to figure out this kind of light. And that's what the fuck going on right here.
Fuck you. I did it for you because black is slimming.
Hey, dog, all they see is like little big chaz gray speckles on your beard, dog. And that look like a spider web on his face, don't it?
This shit look like the goddamn that death row layout in Vibe magazine. Like we need like 4 other niggas. Like that shit look cool.
This nigga Larry got Minnie Mouse ears.
Somebody said he thought I was Usher's little brother. Nigga, I am 46. I'm Usher's uncle. I'm not his little brother.
Hey man, yeah, Usher do got that monkey face, dog.
Bitch, I ain't got no monkey face.
You got monkey ass ears on his camera. I tell you that.
Well, whatever.
You look like one of them primates from India or something like that.
Oh man, fuck you.
This nigga be swinging on trees with a tail.
It's a podcast with a monkey and a rhino.
Yeah, who we got in the chat room? We got DC Slade. What's up? What's up, old head dudes? What's up, Tasha? We got Tasha Ray in the chat room. Yeah, Tasha cool as hell, man. I love Tasha.
That's my dog. I like that.
Yeah, man. But here, we about to talk about this election and the social consequences and the fallout. It's got me thinking, you know what I mean? I done been seeing a lot of people who've been knowing each other for a long time falling out and getting mad over the other's election choices. And that got me thinking, your family been around all this time, your family's still gonna be there, and you falling out with your family, but at the same time people falling out with their family and friends, they quick to forgive Joe Biden for the 94 crime bill, and he ain't even asked for an apology.
And y'all don't have the same DNA. Man,
what's up with this weird shit?
Man, hey, people are attached to the plantations so much so that they don't give a fuck about their family. That's crazy. Like to where you you put these two people you don't know wouldn't spit on you if you was on fire. You put them over your family. Like I believe in Joe Biden more than Auntie Claudine. That's stupid, dog. Joe Biden ain't never made you a sweet potato pie as good as Auntie Claudine, but you ride with him, and that's stupid as fuck. Somebody said you high as New York taxes. That's hilarious.
Hey, I am you right. Me and Larry just got done smoking one of the fattest blunts joints. I don't do blunts. I do papers. And I had an edible, goddamn it, because my back hurting. Hell yeah, I'm high. Duh. I'm always high. Now get back to the point.
Duh, you had an edible. Duh. Duh. Point is, man, people falling out over these two who don't give a shit about them with family that helped raise them. And that's another level of sickness I don't want to get.
Hey, I don't either, man, because look, people know how I see politics, man. I don't give a fuck about Biden or Trump. But at the same time, and not voting for no goddamn Joe Biden, because I do think out of the two evils, he is the worst relative to black Americans. Now, everybody else, Trump is the worst of the two for everybody else. If you're not black American, if you can't trace the lineage back to slavery here, I get it. Trump is the worst for you. But for black Americans who could trace their lineage back here on this land, Biden is the worst for me. But at the same time, I know how a lot of my people think. I know how my family think. I know how people I'm cool with think. So if they feel that Biden is the best choice for them, I'm not going to call them crazy. I get it. Yeah. Everybody got different political agendas. I get it. I ain't about to fall out over no real-ass human being over a fake-ass election. Matter of fact, they already know who the fuck gonna be president anyway. Get a book called The Burke's Peerage Review. It's expensive as fuck, so you might not buy it. Just if your downtown local library has it, rent the shit for 30 days. Or if you can't take it out, read it in the library. The Burke's Peerage Review. It talks to you about how all presidents, all 44 of these motherfuckers we had, yes, it's been 45 positions of the president, but it's only been 44 presidents because Roosevelt got in twice. All 44 of them motherfuckers is related by blood. Most of them going back to King Edward III. The other ones are going after back when and we watched that movie Robin Hood, the Nottingham Palace, the man who built Nottingham. That's the one. They go back to one of those two bloodlines.
Damn.
All 44 presidents, and this isn't me talking. The Burke's Peerage Review is not going to talk to you about the people who were United States presidents. It's going to talk about people who run countries around the world who share a similar bloodline. Or not a similar bloodline, the same bloodline. So with all that being said, you got motherfuckers you got real blood falling out over whoever going to get to the office representing their own same goddamn blood. These niggas have whole election cycles. You saw how Obama and Bush was going at it in 2008.
Yeah.
Now you got pictures of Michelle Obama getting candy from this nigga Bush. And you ain't talked to your cousin in 6 years. What kind of shit is that?
Stop calling this shit an election. It's a selection, dog. Put that S in front of the word. That's what it really fucking is, based on what you just said.
Yeah, it's a selection. Man, so this is one of them things, man. Don't be goddamn falling out over no real shit. For the chat room, Ben Light is Burks, Burks. It's the last one. The cover was red, and like it's written like in Old English. If I could find the hold on, Larry, talk to these niggas real quick. I'm gonna look for the cover of it so people can see.
Patrick Tyson just said Darwin would have used Larry for evolution theory proof. That's too smart, dog. I thought, if I was smart, it might have been funny.
He said it might have been funny.
You gotta. Larry ready to roast. No, I'm not. Old head dudes. I'm just reading. Dwann told me to talk to y'all, so I'm talking. Yep, Stanley White selection, not an election, but a selection.
Yeah, man, because it's like they must have saw you on Craig Facts on something you ready to roast.
Yeah, nah, man. Hey, it's a time and place for everything.
No, we can roast. Got
a
little bit. Shit.
Well, I'm going to, but I don't want to tell anybody I'm going to do it.
Yeah. I feel you. Here it is. I found it. Here we go, people. Look, you see it on the cover right here. The Burke's Peerage Revised. Over 120,000 living people, including knights, Scottish Irish chiefs, Scottish feudal barons, and also American presidents. Read this shit and find the family connection between all of the leaders of the United States. Y'all see it? I'm leading shit up. Matter of fact, I'm careful Larry's ugly ass face. I'm tired of y'all looking at him. Matter of fact, he look like the people that got us into these goddamn wars in Afghanistan anyway. So I'm gonna cover his face because Larry's people are the one that Queen Elizabeth's always fighting over his oil and shit. So here it is. Y'all see it. Burke's Peerage. Got it? Cool. Now on to it.
You just mad that book wouldn't cover your big ass head, billboard head ass nigga.
Hey, I'm looking at the top of my head, dog. I can show a double feature off top of this motherfucker right now.
You know, but there's a lot of knowledge in that motherfucker though, man. That's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say, goddamn. I be talking shit.
Yeah.
Hey. But going back to what we was talking about earlier, man, these people, what's going on with the selection/election, man, it's just one of them things where it don't matter who win when it comes to Black Americans. And like I said, like I was saying before, I get people who are afraid of Trump. But here's my I'm going to talk to you about my political agenda. Dwannbrown, I can't speak for other people. But here's my political agenda. Black people have been under a fucked up situation since the beginning of this nation. Let me take y'all back, because I've been doing some family history. You know, on one side of my family, I could trace my lineage back here to 1650. 1650. That's motherfucking 30 years after the 1619 project. Mm-hmm. That's where I could chase where the white side came in from England and smashed the native black person and then started our lineage. Because if you go back and look, the reason why you have anti-miscegenation laws, and this is true, and this is where I found my family history intersecting with the history that I understand of the United States. they was importing a whole bunch of men here from 1620 to 1660. And they was like, hold on, there's too many motherfuckers here. We need to procreate. So let's bring in some women from England. So they start bringing in the women by the boatloads. Women to the left, women to the right.
Imported mayonnaise.
Yeah, they was bringing in that pink, bringing it in for all the coons and not just back then. It wasn't coons. Back then it was just something new. They weren't coons back then.
No, they were just horny.
They were just horny as hell.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And they had this new white woman throwing it at them. You know, with that stringy hair, no derriere, front, then faking with a silicone pair. What they answer?
Okay, I know. Okay, I know.
Ice Cube.
I know.
Shouts out to Ice Cube.
I like that O'Shea quote. D.
Yeah, O'Shea Jackson. Shouts out. But what happened was the white women were choosing the black ones that was here already. They were like, we know these white dudes are musty. They don't take showers. They're abusive. They stink. So they was coming to the black dudes here. 1650s, 1660s, 1670s, and that's when you get your first anti-miscegenation laws in the early 1670s. And those laws basically said, look, white women and black men can't get together. We can't have no interracial marriage shit. We brought these white women over here for the white men, not for you dark-skinned motherfuckers turning our kids into these little mulattoes and shit. So that's when they changed the law in the 1670s. White women were still coming over here smashing the black dudes. So in the 1690s is when they said, okay, not only will you go to jail if you smash this black person, your kids are going to be born slaves. And that's where the whole little laws came in about interracial marriage. So I found out that recently during a family history search, one of my great grandmothers was one of the white women who came over here and smashed a black native man, dark skinned. And then that started that line of my family tree here as foundational black Americans. And I got to see how we were in the colony of Virginia. We were in Virginia on the border of North Carolina, just outside the Great Dismal Swamp. If you want to know more about the Great Dismal Swamp, we'll look at the episode I did with Dr. Randy Short. I didn't know this information about my own family when he was talking about the Great Dismal Swamp.
Damn.
My family had a settlement outside of the Great Dismal Swamp in Virginia, North Carolina, all the way through the 1830s. When slavery was going on, they were free. And then in the 1830s, what they was doing was they was just capturing free black people and selling them off into slavery. So my family packed up and bought 900 acres and moved to Indiana. And then started a farming town amongst the Amish. And because the Amish wasn't fucking with slavery like that. So, and then they went from there to Benton Harbor, Michigan. And then I had other family who was down in Mississippi who the goddamn slave masters left them, the black side, the plantation when he died. But the Mississippi government got together and was like, hell no, you niggas ain't about to own no goddamn slave plantation, and took it. So, why am I saying all this? My relationship with the United States government is different than someone who came over here in the late 1800s. You know what I mean? In the early 1800s, post-civil rights movement especially. If you came post-civil rights movement, we almost have nothing in common as far as our political agenda goes. Because if your family moved out here from another country, y'all moved out here to get it. And I respect it.
Now, I'm almost disappointed, dog, because you told us about your family history. Now, I thought you were getting to that one point, and I'm gonna expose you.
Go ahead.
Tell these people who your cousin is through rape.
Actually, this one he wasn't even through rape.
Or was okay.
This was just the black side. Just further down.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, people talk all about that shit. Our ancestors died to vote. No, the fuck they didn't. My ancestors moved, so we ain't. And then with the minute black people were allowed to get in the state house, my great uncle was the first black state senator in Illinois' history. That's what the fuck we did. We wasn't sitting around waiting on saying we shall overcome. Hell no, we got off our ass and created shit and we did it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then my great grandfather, his brother, was the one that came out here to LA and moved us here. And then on the other side of my family, my great grandfather was the black man that invented the bells for the automatic railroad crossing. That's all in my family. So What I'm trying to say is this. They always try to paint black society as some monolithic, one way we shall overcome bullshit. No, the fuck we ain't. We fought for our shit. When my family was in Virginia, we was going through, when someone would get kidnapped into slavery, niggas was going through busting motherfuckers off these plantations. They was doing midnight raids in North Carolina, in Virginia, in 1805, 1810, 1822, going to these plantations that's taking our people and busting them motherfuckers out and killing all the white people. We was doing this shit, man. But they want to make it seem like they just freed us because
they found it in the kind of, in their hearts to, you know what, you niggas go be free. We've used y'all enough. Go be free. No, didn't happen like that.
It didn't happen like that. So why am I saying all this shit, man? My political agenda from this country and people who've been here is reparations. And put two things: reparations, punishment for the police. Because the only thing that's ever stopped black people from totally taking over this mother and having our sovereignty is the white supremacists that fuck with us are always, always, always backed by the police. The original police were slave catchers. And when they tell you slave catchers, they lie, they kind of tell a half truth. It is true that they would catch runaway slaves. That is the half truth. The half they don't tell you is what slave catchers did, and my family had to deal with this once they got to Indiana, is when they would see free black people and black natives walking around and they just happen to be by themselves, it'll be these patrols of 6, 7 white boys kidnapping black people and taking them across. Like if you were in Ohio was free, but Kentucky wasn't, they would trick you into crossing over there on the Kentucky side so they can then kidnap you, and then they would sell you down the Mississippi River to a plantation. That's a major part of slavery that they don't like to talk about. Less than 500,000 slaves came from Africa. The rest of the motherfuckers was already here. And a lot of them was aboriginal. They just got fucking kidnapped and sold off. That's what they like tell you about the whole slavery thing. So black people who come from here, a lot of black people who were slaves, that's why when you trace your history, a lot of times that shit stopped. 1850, you may get to 1820, you may. But usually it's because he was free walking around this motherfucker, got kidnapped, sold off to a plantation down south, and they changed your name. Go to the Mormon library for a lot of those records. So we got to know that shit when it comes to our history. And then for non-foundational black Americans, if you came from the Caribbean, if you came from Africa, look, man, your family didn't come. I'm not disrespecting none of y'all, but your family didn't come here to change America. They came to get from America.
Yep.
And I don't blame them.
Nope.
I ain't mad at them for coming over here trying to get and build whatever they can build. Just that when it comes to this politics, understand that we ain't the same. And don't get mad that we ain't the same, because remember this one thing. You in our house. So the people who built the house have a certain way of seeing things politically. The best thing you can do is just respect it. You ain't got to agree with it, but respect it. But when they put you motherfuckers in control of our media and y'all trying to make us seem like we crazy because we don't give a fuck about Trump or Biden, you missing out on an opportunity to learn something. What you think about that? Larry, matter of fact, Larry was with us on Craig Facts last week. Let's get into it. Let's get all the way into this shit. Larry was with us on Craig Facts last week. For those of you guys that don't, look up Craig Smith's YouTube page, The Craig Smith. We have a show we do every Tuesday and Thursday called Craig Facts, where we talk about different stuff. And we had some Africans in the studio. And Brandon, I love Brandon. Shouts out to Brandon Tony. Brandon I love Brandon because he will ask the most uncomfortable questions and not give a single fuck. Brandon, this nigga had if you had a metal detector, you couldn't find 1/3 of a fuck in his pockets with a metal detector. What's up, popping in the chat room, DC Clay? Y'all listen to Craig Facts, old head dudes. The Africans was basically trying to say, Brandon asked why don't Africans like black Americans, and they were basically trying to say that it's not us, it was our parents. And I was like, but your parents don't own Lipstick Alley. Your parents don't own the Griot, Black Enterprise, Fort Harriet, and all these publications that all they do is point out the worst of black society. You can't. What you went to school? What you in Houston? What's your interaction with a lot of non-black Americans?
Well, I always give Nigerians respect. One, being Akeem Olajuwon, he brought 2 rings to the city of Houston. So I have the utmost respect for that nigga from Lagos. But a lot of Nigerians in Houston, as black as they are, they act white. Like they don't show us no respect. A lot of them that drive Ubers, because a lot of Nigerians drive Uber, dog. A lot of them. Y'all need to get your seatbelts clean, because them hoes be musty. But they treat us, like they look down on us. Like, you niggas is lazy, and we came over to your country and got these degrees from these white institutions, and they look down on us. Like they really do look down on us. And it's hard being a black man. You see another nigga that looks like you, acts like you, but then he hates you because he's from Africa?
Yeah.
What does that make sense?
And here's the thing about it. You can hate us all you want, but why did you come here?
Why did you leave Wakanda and come here? You got everything, you got all the natural resources that y'all getting raped. Y'all's land is getting raped, and you come over here and talk shit about us, and it don't make no sense. Like y'all niggas got Chinese people over there raping y'all. Chinese people over there running through Africa.
Taking all your shit.
Britain still long dicking y'all from the back. Great Britain still. And y'all come over here and talk about us.
You sitting on all the gold, but you have to leave it to come here. To the place that's stealing the gold from you. Here's the thing about it. And this is what I told one of the people in the room. I said, look, man, because they were like, yeah, Nigerians, we just proud our education, our this, our that. Look, what good is an education if it isn't like helping you build your society? I mean, what good is it bragging, I got a PhD, we got this many doctors? Because that's what they were saying. They're like, Nigerians, it's a bunch of us are doctors. You're nothing if you're not a doctor. But in the same conversation, they were saying Americans have it easy because if we get fucked up, we can go right to a hospital, and in Nigeria, it ain't that many hospitals. And I'm thinking, well, if you got so many doctors in South Africa, because they ain't just here. South Africa dealing with the same shit from Nigerians. You got doctors in South Africa, doctors in Great Britain, doctors in California, New York, Florida, Houston, Texas. Why the fuck don't you build some goddamn hospitals in Nigeria? Wouldn't that solve the problem? You got the doctors, you got the land.
You got everything.
And your complaint is black Americans got it easier because we got hospitals? Hey, look, we built the motherfucking hospitals before the Mexicans came.
Take your ass back to where you came from, build a bunch of fucking hospitals, and y'all be all right.
Nigga. And that's the whole thing. It's like, look, I don't mind. I don't have the issue with the Nigerians, but I do have an issue with the disrespect. Because at the end of the day, you are in the house that we built. It was my great-grandparents. They you were just slaves. You still a slave on your own land, goddammit. Only difference between us and you is we aren't afraid to admit it. Hey man, they fucked us up in the game, but here we here trying to fix. Hey, they got us. They nigga knocked us out in the first round. We got like Leo Santa Cruz. They Tank Davis us.
Yeah. At least we got up and we still trying to fight back.
And niggas have been fighting back, and then here y'all come to well you defeated. Here's something else that pissed me off.
That accent pissed me off.
Yeah, my accent is terrible.
Oh my Lord.
My accent is terrible. But here's what nothing pissed me off. After the show, one of them said, like, you guys just need to understand Africans better. I said, look.
Huh?
Yeah. I said, first off, black people love Africa. I was here back in the early 90s when we had the whole, when niggas were wearing, remember when niggas were wearing the X medallions?
Hell yes.
Red, black, and green medallions saying go back to Africa. You had the X-Claim to the east, my brother to the east. Only thing that's been stopping black people from going to go visit Africa is niggas ain't got no bread.
Yep.
It's the bread that's been stopping niggas from going to from Africa more than anything else. Mm-hmm. But when we get past that, the bread, it's like, hold on. I'm down with going to Africa. I'm down with learning Africa. Hell, we all learn Africa. But we living in America. Ain't it on you to learn the history of where you moving to live? More than it is for the people who live there, built it, to learn you? Like, the audacity and the arrogance to think that we have to learn you when you coming over to our shit.
And y'all put a lot of emphasis on learning the white man shit. Y'all don't even learn our shit. You come over here, go to their institutions, get degrees and brag about it, and don't spend one goddamn second learning about the people who look like you that are already here.
Yeah. That's the whole thing, man. We got to set this shit straight because Black Americans have been taking this shit for a long time. We've been taking this shit since the 90s, probably before that, but really since the 90s. Mm-hmm. Of every time something good happens, I'm from Trinidad, I'm from Canada, I'm from motherfucking Nigeria. But the minute something bad happens, oh, you black.
You black.
I'm tired of that shit because I'm gonna tell you what black means. Black means respectful. Black means decency. Black means order. Black means love. Black means humanity. Every humane law this country has on the books, Black Americans fought for. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everything when it comes to whether it be your labor laws, whether it be your 40-hour work week, whether it be all this stuff was shit that niggas fought for. Your immigration laws. Black people fought for them, especially for dark-skinned black people to get over here. Mm-hmm. Frederick Douglass told us, leave that immigration shit alone, and we didn't listen. Frederick Douglass told us immigration is bad for us, but we didn't listen. And so, I want to make sure to make it very, 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 very clear. If you have an issue with what we're saying, I can't find a millimeter of an ounce of a fuck to give.
Somebody just said we sound like some true Republicans.
Who said that?
Some nigga, Howard Walters. I just saw that. We sound like some. The fuck?
Howard Walters said
we sound like Republicans. We're not even talking about policies in the United States, nigga. What are you talking about? We sound like two Republicans.
Nigga, do you know Martin Luther King was a Republican, you dumbass?
Man.
Fucking idiot. Most black people were Republicans before 1940. How the fuck do you think Franklin Delano Roosevelt got into the office as a Republican? Because the niggas pushed for him. My grandfather's generation, the World War II generation, they saw Roosevelt as the father because he was in office for 12 years. So, look, for you fucking idiot talking about something we sound like Republicans. No, I sound like a motherfucking American. The Republicans sound a little bit like me, motherfucker. I've been here longer than them. Don't reduce what the hell I'm saying to some shit the Republican Party stole because the Republican Party is about not immigration. They stole that shit from us because all black people were here before 90% of Republican white people were here. Nigga.
That's stupid.
And on top of that, the battle between black and white here in America really is a family affair. Like I said, my 9 times great grandmama was fresh off the boat from England. And I still got family that came over after that. You know what I mean? So, nigga, no. I got family that own place. Like I said, I had my 4 times great grandfather got left a whole ass plantation in Vicksburg, Mississippi by his white daddy/master. And the government took that shit from him. So if you got a problem with that, you can kiss my fat black ass and watch another goddamn channel.
And I tell you what, the only party that I'm trying to be associated with is the gangster party that Tupac and Snoop was rapping about. That's the only party I'm trying to be a part of. Nigga, Republican, man, fuck both of them.
Hey, and Jobo said, who said y'all real niggas? Your mama when we flipped her.
Nah, man, I can't.
When we flipped your mama, she said, y'all some real niggas. That's who said it.
Man.
I went first.
That nigga's name is Jobo.
That nigga name is Jobo. So, I'm not afraid to sound crazy to a bunch of crazy niggas. And I'm saying that clearly because I was once a crazy nigga. Black people wouldn't be in the position we are right now if our head was on straight. If black people smart as fuck. If we were thinking straight, if we were properly educated, you think this cracker be on top of us? This cracker's on top of us because we ain't thinking straight. So if I think like an everyday nigga, that means I'm all fucked up in the game. An everyday nigga could rap his ass off and he'll sign away 95% of his rights to a white boy.
Absolutely. Yep. Give it all away.
An everyday nigga would be 30-0 in a boxing ring, knocking everybody out left and right.
I want to sound crazy to a nigga that's trying to conform. That's why I want to sound crazy too.
Yes.
If a nigga that's trying to conform calls me crazy, I'm going to dap him up and tell him thank you. Because I don't want to relate to you at all.
I don't want to relate to Roland Martins. I don't want to relate to niggas who say, I'm a boxer, I'm taking all this brain damage, or I'm a football player, taking all this brain damage, and I'm going to have my kid train 10 hours a day to play a sport that's going to give him permanent brain damage and hip injuries, train 10, 11, 12 hours a day for a career that may last 5 seasons.
Yep, maybe.
And it ain't going to pay you enough to live another 5 years after that. That's some crazy motherfucking thinking from the same people who could raise that same child and pump up engineering, and this nigga make a new solar panel that's going to provide generational wealth for the next 10 generations. No, fuck that. Black people, yeah, we invented the railroad crossing. Yeah, we invented the car. We invented the air conditioning, the refrigerator, the light bulb, the goddamn cell phone, goddamn it, fluoride toothpaste, super circle guns, nigga. Black people done engineered all this shit. But like, nah, fuck all that. Go play football.
Nigga, what's your 40 time? Fuck being smart, nigga. Do you run a sub 4.40? Because we got a shot if you do. Nah, man.
In normal thinking black world, that's acceptable.
Yeah.
I don't want to think like these niggas.
I don't get no at all.
And if you want somebody to think like these niggas, don't watch their goddamn channel. So that's all I got. That's what I said about that. People saying, somebody saying, Tupac and CIA. You don't know if Tupac and CIA.
I've never heard of that one, but yeah, okay.
Hey, Jabbo Ann said, "Oh, you call me a fuckface? Is that all you got, nigga?
Your fat ass look like you was
you
related
look like
to
you a
Roland Martin."
fuckface. Hey, anybody who calls somebody a fuckface still gets breastfed by their mama, and ain't that important. Jabbo, you still suck your mama's titties. How about that?
Jabbo.
Just don't. Niggas think because we spread information, I can't clown the fuck out them.
I prefer to do that.
I do. I like talking shit.
Because niggas don't really respect information like that. You got a lot of good people on this. I've been seeing people giving you shout outs.
I got a dope ass
yeah,
chat room.
no, you do.
I got
you
a
do.
dope ass chat room.
You do, but it's always. Oh, he's like Jabbo's laughing. He's trolling. He's laughing.
Trolling.
Hey, Jabbo, it's good.
That's why I didn't block him out the chat room.
No, you got to give him some form or some way to have some fun, because life is hard in your mama basement when you jacking off the pictures of your grandmama, and it's hard. So let Jabbo have some fun on here.
Yeah, he got some fun, Jabbo. I don't know where Dr. Randy Short is.
Old head Deuce wants Hotep shirts.
Oh, Hotep-ish?
Hotep-ish shirts.
Y'all see the website right here, hotepish.com. Go there. That's where the t-shirts are. Also, listen to here. I got that, hotepish.com. Click on the merchandise.
Should have put mine on. Damn it.
Yeah, he bought one, man. Thank you for buying the t-shirt, Larry.
Man, fuck you.
Back to what we talking about, man. If you want to know where Randy Short is, donate some Cash App. Cash App him, $ Dr. Randy Short, and then in the comments, ask him yourself. We will, but actually, Dr. Short will be on. We're going to be talking about the election tomorrow. We're going to get on probably about 8 o'clock Western time. We're going to be talking about this election results. Trump's probably going to win, so we're going to be clowning and talking shit. And then Biden wins, we still going to be clowning and talking shit. Yeah, man. So that's what I'm saying. Like, black people in America, look, we got to stop tiptoeing around these people, man. I'm about to make a new shirt, and it's an old Dr. John Henry Clark quote. Dr. John Henry Clark said it, and he said it clear. Black Americans don't owe any other group anything but an ass whooping. We don't. People have gotten this pathology because we've been such a giving culture. That's what's so insulting. I look at my grandparents and my parents. My mom spent all her years voting, saying it's okay that immigrants come. And none of us, I still don't have an issue with immigrants. You know my closest friend?
Mm-hmm.
My closest friend is an LA County sheriff from India.
Mm-hmm.
From India. Got his green card when he was like 10. That's my closest friend. So you know I ain't got no issue. Look, I kick it with this allocated looking motherfucker.
You know what? Fuck you.
He may be from here, but he look like he's from Mecca and he pray 5 times a day.
I'm not gonna take that. I was born in this country and I'm gonna die in this country.
This nigga Larry look like a Palestinian.
Man, fuck you.
This motherfucker, you look like the motherfuckers that returned. You look like the last Moor in Spain that got kicked out and sent back to Africa because you couldn't fight.
You. Fuck you, nigga.
This nigga Larry look like his 10 times great grandmama was raped by Genghis Khan, nigga. That's what the fuck this nigga look like.
I know it's crowded in this room and there's only 2 niggas in here. Y'all can tell me why it's crowded. It ain't because of me.
Fuck you.
Dwann sit in the living room and be in every room in this house, nigga. The bathroom, bedroom, everywhere. Fat bitch.
Hey.
Black Americans.
Hey, I like that Negus and Licks podcast. Black Americans also have to build a lot more quietly. We release everything to everybody. That's real talk. We do got to do it more quietly. And because we black people have gotten into this mode where we always announcing our next move. And what I find out when you always announcing the next move, probably a move you ain't gonna make. You just talking that shit to feel good.
Wasn't that Dr. Neely Fuller that said we love to show off?
Oh, Neely Fuller, yeah. Neely Fuller. He said show off. That's what black people do best. Better than anything else. Niggas love showing off.
Love it.
Niggas love showing off. Stop that showing off shit, niggas.
Somebody said you look like an old Mac, and that is great.
Hey, yeah, I do like an old Mac. That's a good thing, motherfucker, because I ain't from here. But, no, but that's true, though. Like, we do need to do it more quietly. But, again, we built. I just ordered the book. I'm going to let y'all know about it when it gets here. Amazon said it should be getting here today or tomorrow. It's a book I ordered about my family's journey from, there was actually a book written by a professor at University of Indiana about the black families who lived in the Virginia and North Carolina region who relocated to the Midwest during the 1700s and 1800s to build farming towns. So when we look at all them black people in Indianapolis, a lot of the black people in St. Louis, they all moved to the city after, but during the 1700s and 1800s, these niggas had thriving farming communities.
Don't shock me.
You know, yeah, black people, we've always had a lot of wins. Like now, like when you told me about Frisco, Texas, all them successful black people out there in Frisco and different parts of Houston when I was out there. Hell, I grew up in goddamn View Park / Ladera Heights, goddamn it. I grew up half my life in the hood on 58th and Broadway, Crenshaw and Rodeo. And then when I turned 17, I moved up to View Park, and all my neighbors was black. View of the city. All my wife's neighbors was black where she was in Ladera. Big ass houses. And she had the president of Motown living across the street, a city councilman. I've lived on blocks of city councilmen and people who own their own schools. So black people, we've always had wins, even within this oppression that we're dealing with.
Hey, fuck you, Legion of Knicks podcast. I'm reading these comments. Y'all motherfuckers funny.
Hey, these niggas in the chat room are funny as hell.
Oh, y'all are hilarious. Y'all are hilarious.
I like them because they can take information but still be talking shit.
Oh, yeah. Legion of Knicks pod. I would not have Knicks nowhere in my name because.
Hey. That's the thing about Knicks fans. Y'all some dedicated. Knicks fans are worse than niggas in the Democratic Party.
It's almost as bad. I mean, have black people had tangible since the 70s? No, the Knicks haven't won a championship since the 70s.
Knicks ain't won it. Yeah.
Nah, okay. It's about the same thing.
So basically, the last time the Democrats gave us something was the last time the Knicks was relevant. Then New Yorkers be dedicated like a motherfucker to the Knicks, man.
Oh yeah, that brother just asked a good question. You want me to read it to you?
Go ahead.
All right. Why haven't a swath of black people, especially rich blacks, taken advantage of the opportunity zones?
Opportunity zones are bullshit. That's why. These whole opportunities. Look, our white supremacist government plays chess. Notice these opportunity zones open up at the same time as mass gentrification. Gentrification is something that they've been working on when it comes to us. About 20 years now, 25 years, since the mid-90s. They've been really working on taking the hood back since the mid-90s nationwide. And a lot of black people weren't in position. What happened was a lot of black people who had money, who had a lot of that consciousness. One of the greatest wealth transfers in American history was from 2008 to 2012 when that whole housing market thing under Obama. That's one of the greatest wealth transfers from black to white that we've ever had. So a lot of your black people with the consciousness to take advantage of something like an opportunity zone, they would have been able to use the equity in their home, in their business to take advantage of that now. They lost that house 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And when it comes to a lot of your wealthy black people, you got to understand a wealthy black person is still poor to a wealthy white person.
Hell yeah.
You got to understand, Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers, he made what Oprah, Michael Jordan, Jay-Z, LeBron James, and I'll even throw in that brother Robert Smith, the one that paid off Morehouse's education.
Yeah.
He made all of their wealth combined just between the start of the coronavirus in March till June. In that 3-month stretch, he made more money than our top billionaires combined, their whole net worth. He was already worth more than all of them before that. But the profit that he made in that 3-month stretch was more than all of our top people are worth combined. So why am I saying all that? Black wealth in America, like as far as the wealth side of the game, it's an illusion. It's an illusion. A lot of them motherfuckers got the wealth because it's very clear that you're not going to spread this wealth amongst your people. That's why Oprah got to open up schools in South Africa. You know what I mean? That's why you notice our wealthiest of wealthiest, they very rarely give it back to black Americans. Because if they do, look what happened to Robert Smith. When he paid off Morehouse's tuition last year, they sucked the IRS on his ass.
Oh, you not finna help other niggas in America? Oh no,
So I said all that to say that's a good question, Legion, in the next podcast, and it also dovetails and combines with some discussions I had back and forth with my faithful listener Mickey Knox. Shouts out to Mickey Knox in the chat room because Mickey's asked similar questions like that too. We can't depend on our rich and wealthy because our wealthy. You saw what happened with Nick Cannon. Their wealth has a string attached to it. It's among us to develop a consciousness amongst ourselves to build it. And a lot of wealthy who are on code, they'll do it because there are on code wealthy people. I promise you that. Bill Cosby was one. They talk shit about Bill Cosby. He was one. Yeah, he may have said certain interviews that rubbed niggas the wrong way, but behind closed doors, Bill Cosby was breaking off that bread.
He sure was. Didn't he get Spike some money from Malcolm X?
Malcolm X, yeah.
And that ain't it. He was feeding all
businesses. He was a big black businesses be coming up under Bill Cosby. Next thing you know, niggas getting 50 grand to keep their business afloat by Bill Cosby, but you know what I mean? We have that with him. We have that now with there are people out there who I know I'm not gonna throw their names out there because they do it behind closed doors because they want it behind closed doors. But we do have black people out there who do things for the black community. But I guarantee to you, it's done in silence. I've seen it with my own eyes. It's done in silence. It's not gonna be because the minute they put it out there, that shit gonna get canceled. Like how they do Ice Cube. Ice Cube is just playing politics. He doing what you don't do politically. They want to cancel him, but they ain't canceling 50 Cent and Lil Wayne. Because 50 Cent and Lil Wayne just showing their teeth. They're not a threat to the system.
At all. They're actually helping it.
Yes.
I mean, seriously helping it.
Seriously helping it.
One can even blame Lil Wayne for the syrup craze in our community.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it started. I'm from that city. I'm from the city. I'm from Houston, where it started. Lil Wayne's from New Orleans, and he got hooked on it early. And everybody, he got cool, and everybody wanted to know what was in his cup. And they started sipping it. A lot of people started drinking that damn syrup because Lil Wayne had it. And now he's endorsing Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. The lean motherfuckers want Trump. A goddamn shame. He said, for instance, I wanted to open up a black hair supply store. Man, black hair supply store, we dealing with the goddamn Asians who own the supply chains when it comes to that. Look, it's gonna be a lot of red tape when it comes to that opportunity zone thing. I remember here in LA after '92 when the riots burned everything down. They had a project called Rebuild LA. We want black businesses in LA because part of the reason why LA got burned down, niggas like, we don't own this shit anyway, so fuck you. And so they had something in 1993, 94 called Rebuild LA. We want black businesses to come. We want black businesses to come. Well, my uncle, Michael Watkins, rest in peace, died right the weekend after Tupac in 1996. Tupac got shot. I saw my Uncle Michael that same day, and he was dead that following Monday, in 1996. Rest in peace, Michael Watkins. But my Uncle Michael had an eyeglass shop, and he's an eye doctor. And he had to push most of his shops out to West Covina, Pomona, all that area where they back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, where they were moving niggas to. He had to open up his eyeglass shops out there because LA wasn't fucking with him. LA was like, basically like, look, the only businesses LA wanted in the hood was liquor stores, fast food restaurants, weave shops owned by Asians. And the shit, y'all know no banks. Y'all know the hood. No matter where you are in the country, you know how the hood look where you live. That's all they wanted. So when the LA riots came, they burned a lot of this shit down. They were like, all right, since black people have been wanting more black businesses that whole time, LA was like, nah, fuck y'all. The minute we burned this motherfucker down, they said, okay, we're going to do Operation Rebuild LA, where we're going to focus primarily on black businesses. My uncle who owned an eyeglass shop, trying to get niggas' vision corrected. This nigga ain't pushing no drugs, no liquor, nothing. Do you know he fought for 2 years because they didn't want to let black businesses that weren't promoting degeneracy and bullshit into the community? If he had a liquor store, if he owned a Taco Bell, if he had a rib joint, go ahead. But he had an eyeglass shop. They wouldn't let him open. For 2 years he fought. Then finally in 96 he got approval. And he opened up an eyeglass shop. And y'all can go and look up this place. It's not there anymore, but the building still stands. On the corner of 83rd and Vermont. 83rd and Vermont. They finally let him dig ground on an eyeglass shop. And right 2 weeks before it opened, he died at the age of 39 years old.
God, 39?
39. The age I am right now. He died. But I said all that to say, they'll say we want black businesses, but they don't really want black businesses. They have a quota on that shit. So that's why you gotta watch out for that minority shit. Because they'll say black businesses, but in the paperwork, in the details, it's minority, it's people of color, and that goes back to Ice Cube playing with Black America. Why? And what Dr. Carl Anderson says. We talk black, not people of color.
Not minorities.
Not minority. And after that, when I became an adult in college, I worked at the bank, Washington Mutual Bank. Y'all know, anybody on the West Coast knew who Washington Mutual was back in 2000. I was a business banking executive in the city of Inglewood, back when Inglewood was all black, before they started gentrifying Inglewood. And I had all them black businesses right there in my wheelhouse. 2 years of lending money to businesses. Ask me how many dollars black businesses got from the bank in the center of their own neighborhood. Ask me.
How much?
In 2 years, not one black business loan got approved. The Peruvian restaurant got money. The Belizean restaurant. The Asian hair care store. The Vietnamese pho shop. The Chinese run Louisiana chicken.
A bunch of businesses that probably gonna kill black folks in the long run.
Mind you, Manchester and Market Street, that's downtown Inglewood. The mayor was Roosevelt Dorn, a black guy. We had a black-owned record shop. This is back before streaming. Had a black-owned record shop that applied, couldn't get nothing. Had black-owned restaurants, couldn't get shit. Had a nigga that owned like a black-owned like boot and hat shop, couldn't get nothing. It's by design. So people come over here and be like, why ain't these black Americans getting it? They letting us get it. We over here making money. Why ain't y'all getting it?
Because we ain't the same.
We ain't the same.
Y'all buying today's shit.
And the only reason why you here is because they contaminated your shit. Oh, yeah, Market Street Grill is gone. Man, Market Street Grill is where when me and Larry first started doing comedy.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. I gotta be out of here, off here in 20 minutes. I gotta go collect rent from these goddamn tenants. So I'm gonna be out of here in 20 minutes. But I'm gonna tell a quick story. Because niggas, they all watch All Death and all that shit. 2010, was it Tuesday night Market Street Grill?
Yep.
Tuesday night at the Market Street Bar and Grill. For those of you who from LA and know LA, you can see me, Larry, Big Ja. Y'all know Big Ja, Jade. You can see Daphne Springs. Y'all know her. She doing all the videos. You can see Barry Brewer. He on BET. He the one that got me into comedy. You can see Tahir Moore. You can see Brandon Lewis. Anybody you see on All That Digital, you can see all of us at the Market Street Bar and Grill in the year 2010 for a 2-drink minimum.
And the shit ain't here no more.
And it ain't here no more. Damn. That's LA. Most of your people that you see on, a lot of people you see on TV now or on YouTube now, but with like millions of hits on their videos, you can see all the niggas at the Market Street Bar and Grill on Tuesday night.
10 years ago.
10 years ago, yep. So yeah, it's just one of those things, man. Like as a people, we gotta know that we've been having there's been war placed on us, man. And we fight that shit out the best we can. And the whole purpose for this show is to open up the lines of communication so we can see what the hell's going on, so we can talk about it. I don't come out with the express intent to offend, but at the same time, if something needs to get fixed in our house, and I see some people who ain't from my house stirring up the shit, I'm gonna call it out. Just like you would call it out in your home where you from. If you saw us talking all kind of shit. This nigga said Big John like a big midget.
I seen that shit, like a Blackie Honda. He said like a Blackie Honda. That motherfucker make you look small, D.
That nigga Big John make me look small.
And yeah, and you're huge.
I'm a huge motherfucker. But yeah, man, that's how it is, man. We gotta. It's more than what we see. So back to what we're talking about, this election and people getting along. Larry, what you gotta say to the Larry from Houston? You've been seeing all the AKAs and so wars and all that shit, pushing Biden because they want to see their girl Kamala get in, and all the frat fuck boys. What you gotta say to these niggas? What have you been dealing with down south?
Well, I mean, yeah, I live in Houston, and the county I live in is damn near split half and half. It's damn near 50-50, blue and red.
Okay.
I've been seeing a lot of people voting. A lot of people saying that they're a Greek organization. They're voting because of their Greek organization and whatever. And that's all cool. That's fine. Do what you got to do. I'm not going to tell anybody to vote. I'm not going to tell anybody not to vote. What I will tell everybody in America at this point, go buy a fucking gun. Go buy a few of them. Go get a lot of ammo. If you're in a state where you can get your license to carry, go get it. That's what I'm advocating. I'm all about the motherfucking Second Amendment. Go get a gun. Go get your license to carry. Learn how to use it and protect your family.
Exactly. We ain't saying go and start no shit, but if somebody else starts some shit, be ready for that shit. I appreciate that. In the chat room, they said Jagger Penn said, I like how you handle the Nigerian girls on the Craig Facts. Yeah, man, it wasn't, man, because I don't want to offend. I like talking shit. Like, you know me. I love talking shit.
Yeah.
I don't care if I offend you. I don't give any fucks if I offend you, but that's never my intent. Well,
no, stop lying.
Sometimes that shit is my intent.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I can be very offensive.
Yeah.
On purpose.
On purpose, motherfucker.
But when it's coming to my black people, I like offending white people. That don't bother me. But when it comes to black people, I try to heal. I try to.
Mm-hmm.
But when I feel like being stupid, then I get offensive.
Yeah.
I don't get offensive with black people until I feel black people just being dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I get offensive. Before that, I try to see what angle I can use to have kind of fusion in the conversation. And that's what I was trying to do on Craig Facts. What angle can I use to bring synthesis to this? Because if I blew it all the way up, look, let's just tell the truth. If, as a black American, we started really going in and bragging about ourselves,
shit,
the way Nigerians brag about themselves, ain't no fucking contest.
Not a one. That's why I'm all about all of us learning about us so we can brag if given that opportunity.
That's why I say you're right about that. I mean, I know my African history well, because when you start learning African American history, nigga,
Mm-hmm.
learn Black American history, nigga. Just don't even go way back. I can take you back to here, Walter, 1150, the whole Bearded Hatchet. We can talk about the Olmecs, we can talk about the Mayans, the Incas, the Toltecs, and all of them. Yeah, they were black. The Alabama civilizations, the Mississippi civilizations,
Mm-hmm.
the Algonquin tribes in the upper northeast,
Mm-hmm.
the Mojave here in the west. I can tell you about all that. But if I just took it to since the United States if I just started since the United States started, and I talk about Benjamin Banneker, I talk about George Washington Carver, the Dewey brothers, when I talk about all the inventions that we have as Black Americans, the refrigerator, the light bulb, the roller coaster, the subway system, when I talk about the doorknob, the traffic light, the stoplight, the freezer, I can't, nigga.
So much shit. We'll be
Look
here
at
another
Black
3
Americans.
hours.
Look, 3 Black Americans just that made they living in LA over the last 10 years stopped the world when they died. When Michael Jackson died, that stopped the world. The best person from your country can't say that. When Nipsey Hussle died, Nipsey wasn't even mainstream. Nipsey couldn't even get radio play. But I was driving Uber back around the time Nipsey Hussle died. For two or 3 months. Every fucking time I picked somebody up from the airport, they wanted to drive past Nipsey Hussle Square. Nipsey put an impact on the world. Kobe Bryant just died earlier this year. China don't even like Americans, and they double don't like Black Americans, but China stopped for that one foundational Black American who died. The world stopped. I'm only scratching the surface, people. What's up, comedian Jay Scott, Naptown? Naptown, all the niggas in Naptown, most of them was from black people who left the South as free men.
Mm-hmm.
Say, y'all not about to enslave us? Nigga, we about to go to Indiana. They didn't go to Haiti or another country. They said we going back to Africa to take. No. These niggas said, yeah, we built some dope shit in Carolina and Virginia, but we gonna build some more dope shit in Indiana and built up Naptown.
Mm-hmm.
That's who we are. So we don't want to get into this pissing contest about who's better, because you motherfuckers get embarrassed. You live in a country named by that was named, and you're proud of a country named by Europeans. Nigeria didn't even exist 120 years ago. It was something else. It was your shit back then. Nigeria's not even your shit. So I'm not saying that to draw lines. The lines have already been drawn.
And we didn't draw.
And we didn't draw. We just putting our foot down and telling you what the fuck it is. So I'm not gonna have no back and forth with no Nigerian, no Caribbean, no South African, nobody, because it's not about that. Because even though we did all that shit, we still dealing with white supremacy. I should be a very wealthy man because my great-great-grandfather invented the automatic railroad crossing. But I'm not profiting from it because he was black.
And it was probably stolen.
Exactly. So I'm not here to brag about how good black people are. No, because we still fighting white supremacy. Just like you motherfuckers still fighting white supremacy. And until we done, let's start bragging about our shit when we done with this cracker. How about that? How about that? Until we done with this cracker, leave all that bragging about GPAs and doctors and shit behind.
Don't mean shit.
Don't mean shit. Because you're a doctor in a white hospital and you're a 4.0 student in a white university. When 700 years ago, all of Europe was coming to you. Before Oxford stole this money, it's information from the Moors in Spain and from Timbuktu down in Mali. The Songhai Empire. That's the shit y'all should be on. Y'all swore to education, y'all got, they stole the books from you.
And nigga, why are you leaving Africa to come to America for an education? I mean, it don't... The beginning of civilization, everything comes from that place, and you leave there to come here to go to Colombia, nigga. And you brag about that.
That's basically saying, look, these people broke in my mama's house, stole my mama TV and refrigerator. Now, I'm a damn near sacrifice my own kids to knock on that door, hope they let me in, and if I'm good enough, smart enough, strong enough, they may give me a peanut out that refrigerator that they stole from me, and they may let me watch one TV commercial on that 90-inch TV I just bought my mama that they stole, and you bragging about it. You look dumb to them motherfuckers, that's you. That's why, as a black person, I talk about our history, I talk about our inventions, but I don't brag about it because we don't control the shit. Ain't nothing to brag about. All I'm saying is niggas need to stop playing football and get back to it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Say, man. Okay, his trick knowledge, guys, as a leaks in the Knicks. Yeah, that's why I fucks with niggas like these in the Knicks, man. Right? Because, you know,
I was reading this shit too, yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's a dope comment. Because at the end of the day, part of the reason why I am diplomatic, because like I said, I got Nigerian friends. You know Chubi.
Yes, I know.
Chubi and his wife, man, I love them too.
Great, love them.
Both Igbo. You know what I mean? I know about the Hausa. I got Hausa friends. I got Yoruba friends.
I got a shitload of Nigeria. Houston is little Nigeria. So I got a bunch of Nigerian friends. I got a bunch of Nigerian hoes I be fucking too. So I'm kidding.
And that's the whole thing, man. It's about respect. Because we as black Americans, we do have respect for the African. We do. And don't go around talking about niggas ain't use the word African booty scratcher since the 7th grade, nigga. So let's not talk about that. Especially when your cousin uses words in college and shit like that.
Yeah, man. If your feelings are still hurt behind some shit somebody said to you in kindergarten, nigga, you are not gonna make it.
This nigga Larry been getting called Saddam Hussein since the first Iraq War. And they say peace in the Middle East.
All that shit.
All that shit. You don't see this motherfucker over here crying.
I don't give a shit.
Only time nigga cries after I beat his ass. You know what I mean?
That'll never happen. Uganda girls do got major ass smokes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love African people, man.
I do too.
Shit. The ones that are, and you notice how America's slick. They don't have the whole continent coming over here. They select you. You ain't never met somebody from Chad in the United States.
Nope.
You ain't met nobody from Mali. You ain't met nobody from motherfucking. You barely maybe the Angolan, maybe one out of there, maybe. You don't meet nobody from Zimbabwe.
Nope.
You don't meet nobody from any of those Republicans. None of that. You only see them from Lagos, Nigeria, and Ghana. The places that have an American educational system. They educate those people as Americans. So since America runs their education system, those are going to be the people that we pick and bring over here because they're going to come over here and think like us. And at the same time, these people already got their tribal differences going on. You see what's going on now with the Insars shit.
Yep.
They have these deep tribal differences that have been going on for thousands of years. So when we import them over here, they're going to have our mindset, and they're going to see them other black people as just a different tribe. While the black people here see all black people together, they're going to see them niggas as a different tribe.
Yep.
And yes, we know there are exceptions. We know this ain't everyone.
It's always an exception.
But we are speaking to how the program is run. The only way us as black people get over this shit is when we see it. When we see it, we always fix it. Yeah, pop it on Somalis too. Somalis got big ass. Somalis got big asses too.
Hey, this nigga Legion of Podcast is trying to figure out. No, I'm mixed with sperm and eggs, just like everybody else. My parents are black, grandparents black, great grandparents black. After that, I don't know. I'm gonna find out, but I'm black.
Man, this nigga Larry was on Abu Khari's mission from Mali back in 1326 to the Americas.
Fuck you, nigga. Fuck Dwann.
And you do find Ethiopian chicks, and you also find some Eritreans too, and you will get some from Kenya. But again, those are places that have Western education systems. My boy Ronnie. He's from India. No, he's from one of the goddamn countries. And so, but it's very like same thing with South America. You see Mexico, you see El Salvador, you see Guatemalans, Nicaraguans. But they really cut off the amount of Panamanians that they allow in America. They have some, but they cut off a lot of people from Panama. You don't see as many people from Costa Rica. You see some. You don't see as many people from Argentina. Like, you ain't never seen a black Argentina or Chilean, have you?
No, I know they exist, but I haven't seen them.
Even when you deal with Mexico and the Caribbean and those Latin countries, there's black people all up and down them motherfuckers. You don't see them coming. You only see the white ones come. Mexico got millions of niggas darker than me. When last time you seen one of them motherfuckers on Broadway in Slauson? I'll wait.
Gonna be waiting.
So America's very strategic about who it allows in and who it doesn't. All that border shit is bullshit because the majority of the illegal immigrants come on the plane and they stay. That's how they get here. That's why America got everybody looking at the border, so they keep shuffling in their bullshit on the other side.
Somebody just asked, what quote would Dick Gregory say pre-election day?
Oh, Dick Gregory say, "You niggas know what kind of evil exists? Evil is evil. It ain't no lesser of two evils."
I miss seeing him cussing.
I miss Dick Gregory. I miss Dick Gregory.
I miss his interviews. I miss him cussing folks out.
Salute to Brother Ron Hurd for his interviews with Dick Gregory. Man.
I miss him drinking that water, that green drink during the interview. I miss all that shit.
I miss all that. Dick Gregory, like, you know he evil. If you vote for the lesser evil, that means you evil.
Man.
That's what Dick Gregory would say.
I miss that dude. I ain't cutting my beard ever.
And shit. Somebody say dark Dominicans. Yeah, they got dark Dominicans because the Dominican Republic is totally colonized mentally. You got darker skinned niggas you want, but you don't have as many Haitians over here as you Dominicans. You have some Haitians concentrated in New York, but in LA don't really see here. We don't really see Haitians or Dominicans here in LA like that.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida, New York.
Florida, New York, yeah.
But the Dominican Island, they totally up here. They just colonized mentally. As like we see, some reason why you see dark Trinidadians, you'll see dark people from different places in the Caribbean, because the Caribbean, Jamaica, the coon in the Caribbean is a little bit different, so they kind of feel comfortable importing them niggas, but they're not about to import some nigga from the Sudan.
Nah, man.
The Sudanese, man, yeah, try to get one of them Watusi niggas to go ahead.
No.
Not Watusi to beat your ass.
You're not finna get a nigga that's 7'5", running a 4.140, and can run all day. You're not gonna know.
that nigga will dazzle yoga fire your motherfucking ass.
No,
The
you
long
right.
kicks.
You're going to have problems trying to capture his ass.
Man. But I love talking to y'all, man. I wish I could talk to y'all more. I'm glad Larry here in town to do this. He about to go out. I want to have this motherfucker on the show again some more, but he getting more famous and shit with his game show.
Fuck you, nigga.
Anybody who know the show from the beginning, we have a lot of new subscribers. I thank everybody for subscribing. HotepIsh.com. Yeah, but Larry's my original co-host going back to way back in the day. So I want to do this shit again, man. You gonna have to get up on this motherfucker. And we're gonna talk about some of them old days, niggas like getting the NBA stories and shit.
Oh man, I can't wait. I will definitely be setting some time aside to do that because that could be a series.
Man, that could be a series. We're gonna do a series on that.
We'll do that.
Larry got he has a game show on Facebook. Tell him how to get to that game show.
Y'all follow me on Facebook, Larry Anthony Goodwell. I do a game show every other Saturday. I'm doing one next Saturday, so send me a friend request. I'm gonna put it up on YouTube. Y'all just connect with me, man. I got a lot of shit going. Just connect with me.
Connect with this sorry ass nigga, please. And y'all see HotepIsh.com. And then y'all see the t-shirts. I'm gonna get these t-shirts up on here. Here we go. We got the Hotep-ish t-shirt. Get yours right now. Oh, also shit, it's getting cold again. Get the hoodie.
Get the hoodie.
Hey, this hoodie comfortable than a motherfucker.
I'm gonna get one.
I have a great one. I gotta order. I'm about to order a red one. Now I'm not gonna order. I love the Kool-Aid man if I had the red hoodie. I'm too fat for the red one.
Get the black one. It'll make you look.
Yeah, get a black.
Yeah, get a black one.
Yeah, send me out some.
Or a navy blue one. Something dark.
Yeah, something dark. Like, hey, you fat niggas better wear earth tones. Stop all that bright shit. Nobody wants to see your titties, nigga.
Fat nigga in pastels.
Yeah. Fuck that. And then we also got the Scholars t-shirt right here. Hold on. I got two on the screen. Take that one off. Clark.
The audio's out.
Whoever says the audio out. Nah, audio work. I'm looking at the shit on my end.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Nigga, your audio, hit your unmute button. Whoever said that. Fuller, Welsing, Clark, Van Sertima. Hey, Craig, nigga, it's Welsing, not Wesley.
Craig. Welsing.
Somebody tell that nigga Craig is W-E-L-sing. Welsing, not Welsing.
Welsing.
These are your scholars. Get those shirts. I have more shirts coming from y'all. I got a few more shirts that require designs, so I got my man. I got to hit up Joe Fox to get him the final pictures. And I'm having a new layout of t-shirts coming, man. I want to thank Larry Goodwell. Like I said, y'all gonna see Larry back on Craig Facts tomorrow. And Slink gonna be on tomorrow. Slink Johnson. Slink was smoking with us earlier.
Slink. Fuck Slink.
Slink. Matter of fact, Slink called me right before the show started. Man, what proposition should I vote on, man? Hey, hit up Slink Johnson, a.k.a. Black Jesus. If you in the chat room right now, hit up Slink Johnson's page. Right now on his Instagram and tell him, fuck you.
From Larry and Dwann.
Say from Larry and Dwann over at Hotep-ish. Hit up Slink Johnson on Instagram. Inbox him, say, I'm sending a big fuck you from Larry and Dwann. Do that right now. This nigga came to my household talking about that shit, cussing. Pops love Slink though.
Tried to smoke everybody weed up, eat all the wings.
Weed, nigga. Man, Pops had a good time meeting Slink, Kamira, and everybody. I'm glad my dad got to meet everybody.
Man,
that shit was fun. But yeah, y'all do that. And remember this: there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those who are willing to pick up game. We out.
Peace.